So I'm at home, friend says, Rolex have called, let's go. King's Cross, Underground, Oxford Circus. We're heading to Watches of Switzerland on Regent Street. We're going to pick up a lovely two-tone GMT. I said, mate, I'm so excited. Up there, saunter up the escalator, past the buskers, past the tramps, past all the wonderful sights of London. Booyah, here we go. Oxford Street, Regent Street. Just skip up the stairs, light as a feather, happy as a dove. Is that even a thing? I don't think happy as a dove even a thing. Anyway, I'm looking around, eventually find my friend. We've got a bit of time to kill, so we jump into the Omega boutique before we head to Watches of Switzerland. They've got a bunch of blue watches now, and they get bluer depending on how deep they go. The deeper the blue, the deeper the watch can go in the ocean. These were all lovely. I'm into Omega, man. I wasn't into it a while ago. Borrowed my friend's Planet Ocean, and mate, now delicious. Look at Snoopy just hanging there, man. This is a delicious watch. You can't ever buy this watch. Good luck. A watch you probably could buy though is a Speedmaster, and I've always thought that would be a good one watch collection for me at some point. But I tried this one on, and the new bracelet just tapers too thin, man. It feels like just a little toy or something, really. Not really my cup of tea. Anyway, we soon had to leave behind the watches we weren't going to buy to go and collect the watch that we were buying. Quick saunter down the gayest street in all of London town, just super trans, on our way to Watches of Switzerland. I couldn't actually film inside Watches of Switzerland for various reasons, so I had to grab some images off of the interweb, but it's a great store, just like 11 floors or something of watches, just everything you can want. We tried on a whole bunch of watches and just hung out. It was great. Eventually made our way to the Rolex boutique and the special Rolex customer delivery room, and it was here that my friend finally got his eyes on the two-tone GMT he was collecting. Now, he'd show me photos of this watch, and I was like, I don't know, bruv, I'm not sure about it, but in person, yeah, it's real nice, man. I mean, I can't wear a lot of gold because I'm ginger, sort of fair-skinned redhead, and I think I instantly go pikey, instantly go, you want to buy a dog? You know, and it doesn't work for me. But actually this one, mate, that grey, just something about him. I could wear this one, man. It's kind of delicious, man. So we spent a while there talking over it, looking at other watches that he could buy next and chatting with the lovely assistant. But pretty soon our time was over and we had to leave the Watches of Switzerland, Rolex in hand. Back to King's Cross, back on the train and all the way home. But I got to admit, it was good. It was real good. So overall, I really enjoyed my time in the Rolex booth, pretending to be a Rolex owner, a Rolex buyer, getting smoozed by the Rolex people, having a beer and a sit down and looking at some lovely watches. But all the while I was there, it had me thinking about another watch completely. This watch. This, my friends, is a Seiko. More exactly, a Seiko 5, same old stuff. I've got a guarantee, got a how-to, got a box within a box. And then within this box here is what we're interested in. This is another Seiko 5. We've had a couple of these on our channel lately. We had the Snoopy a little while ago. We've had the Man in the Moon, that cement kind of one. But this thing, this is a little bit of me. Green on green on green. You know the situation. 40 mil. It's got a really sweet lug to lug of, I don't know, it must be like 43, 44 or something. What is it? I can't remember off the top of my head. Here we go. Let's have a look. Yeah, 44 lug to lug, so it wears really small. Crown down there at the 4 o'clock, no screw down crown, no sapphire glass, but you know, decent enough movement. Hacks, hand winds, the Hardlex crystal. It looks nice enough. Be nice to have sapphire, really. We have a display case back as ever, if you're so inclined to have a little butcher's at that little Seiko workhorse in there. But mainly I bought this watch because of that kind of army green, olive green, greenness. Now, if you need any convincing that green is really my thing, let me remind you of my other Seiko, which, you know, not a green dial, but green everything else, man. It's my favourite kind of setup. This is 42, this is 40. There's a few other differences, obviously. But I would say this is less of a diver-looking dial and actually more of a field-look kind of dial. You know what I mean? If you look at the... Let me try and hold these here magically. If you look at the Casio Duro, which now has a new battery in it, yeah boss, you can see that that's definitely a diver there with the bezel and that aesthetic. But this is definitely way more of a field situation. But why did I think about this watch, which was £178, when I was trying on watches that were 13,000, 16,000, whatever they were, man, 8,000, whatever they were in the Omega, and then all the different watches we looked at in Watches of Switzerland? I think what struck me was the customer care that you get. Now, sure, it costs you an arm and a leg, and you can say, well, you know, you should expect that for the money. But I don't know, man. Either way. See, I got this. I love this watch. I got it. I was like, oh, that's the colour for me, man. That's a bit of me, that is. And I threw it straight on the old wrist. And I was like, mate, I'm gonna wear this today. It's, you know, it's just gonna look fresh. I'm gonna feel good. You always feel good about yourself when you got a new, you know, a new watch on your wrist. And as I kind of watched it, I noticed something. Now, you're not gonna pick it up there, but here, just to the right of the 6 there, just the 25 marker, if you like, there's a little bit of debris. There's a little bit of glue, or a little bit of something, some sort of adhesive, some sort of debris on the dial. And I noticed it with my eye. I was like, what's that? And at first I kind of got a cloth and tried to wipe it away, but then it wouldn't go away. That was when I got my little loop out. You know, everyone should have like a little loop that you use to kind of just, you know, just one of these bad boys you just use to look at things really up close. And there was just a nasty bit of something under the dial. Now, this is simply an accident based on, or an occurrence based on bad QC, bad quality control. They make so many Seikos in these different factories in China, Japan, wherever they make them, right? I don't know where, man, Malaysia, Vietnam, who knows where these things are getting made. I think sometimes quality control just drops. Now, we assume that when you buy Rolex, Tudor, any of the Swiss brands, certainly as you get up into, you know, your stupid watches, your Richard Milles and your APs and your Pateks, you know what I mean? You think, man, they're going to be so exact. I bet there's never a problem. Now, I imagine sometimes there are problems, but probably not the problems that this watch has got, man. And it's small, it's minimal. No one will probably ever notice it, but I know it's there now, so I can't wear this watch. It's going straight back. And it will just go straight back. And Amazon will probably just say, you want another one? Because they've got so many of these, it doesn't matter. One's gone. I doubt Seiko I'd even fix it. Probably just dosh it in the bin, man. And there's something about the more expensive watches. Like I say, 178 quid for this. That Rolex that my friend picked up yesterday, thousands. Okay? There's something to be said for cheap watches being a problem because you have to buy them again and again and again and again and again. This watch will not last my lifetime. It won't. Where a well looked after Swiss watch stands more of a chance. So I guess that's a debate, and that's what had me thinking about it. Just like, love this watch, love the whole look of it, but mate, that's a problem. That QC is a problem, and who knows? And it kind of like you go, well, if that's what I'm seeing, what's happened on this day as well at that factory? Is the movement dicey? You know, are the spring bars bent under there? What's going to happen, man? Is the second hand going to fall off? Am I going to find that there's going to be 2 Tuesdays in a date wheel and no number 7? Like, what's going to happen, man? We just don't know. As I start recording some of these macros, the problems actually got worse. What was at 6 o'clock is now here. I don't know if you can just see it there. Let me just try and point it. You'll be able to see it there. Just there. Just here, man. Let's see it. Just there, that little fibre thing. And if I give this watch just a gentle tap like that, it'll move from there. And now, behold, it's over here by the date window. This would annoy me so much. And it's so annoying because it's not just a bit of extra bit of glue or adhesive that's squeezed out when they've applied one of the markers or the rehault in the middle around the edge there or anything like that, the track. It's actually just a fibre under the lens. It's just uncleanliness. Uncleanliness? Being a dirty man. You know what I mean? In the factory, just not paying attention. And it's such a problem because I love so much about the rest of this watch, but I can't live with that little fibre just swimming its way around. Let's just move it to the other side. Just swimming its way around the dial wherever it wishes on any given day. Nah, man, it can't be done. Unacceptable. Ugh, it's a problem, isn't it? Anyway, what do you think? Can spending thousands on a watch guarantee quality every time? I'm not so sure. But I think I'm more sure that spending maybe the least amount possible on watches almost every time will probably garner you far more problems in the long run. Anyway, this has been me waffling on about very expensive watches other people buy and the cheap watches I buy that are wrong. Anyway, bless you guys. This has been the ABC of EDC, and I've been Rick Flat, your host. Carry what you love. Until next time, take care, yeah.